All right, in this video, I'm going to take the gloves off a little bit because of all the harassment that led up to it. Exodus 3:5. Okay. He says, take off your sandals, for the place where you are standing is holy ground. All right, so obviously the idea here is pretty obvious. Nature, right? The people who wrote the Bible by far are on my side of the nature argument. When you look at the moral of the story, the sparring should be done in nature. Okay. He goes on to say in Exodus 3:6, I am the God of your father. Okay. And it's very obvious that this has to do with the patriarchal line RNA expression. When people have been sucking a colonial dick, okay, it doesn't take a genius to see that their father is the devil. Okay? They put world before God. And that goes back to the Roman Empire, which did the same thing when they brought out Christianity to the West in general. They did the same thing. They put white supremacy, they put their pagan culture and their pagan sexual reproductive cycles and their pagan peasant crafts before God and the African martial art order, which is the only true priests of God. Everyone else is basically a peasant, a demon, demos, demon, deme, kind of white supremacist and token minority. All right, so we go to Exodus 3:9. Okay, he pointed out that the Egyptians were oppressing them. Okay, so which side of the debate is God on? The martial artist, the African martial artist son, the African martial artist who has an African father, okay, second generation African martial artist, who's being oppressed by this colonial machine and the token minorities that roll with it, or the oppressors. Obviously, God is a God of the righteous that are oppressed, not the privileged denial people who are doing the oppressing, or the crypto people that work behind the scenes that pretend to be with the oppressed. I mean, I shouldn't have to explain this to anyone. Any female that dates them is a child of the devil. You know them by their works. If your argument is you're romantically attracted to people that put the world and the devil before God, how could you not be of the devil? So I would say to all attractive females in the world who do not put me first, you are like your father, the devil. In Exodus 3, in the truest interpretation of the scripture, God is not referring to your God. Your God is the devil. God is not referring to your father. Your father was a devil worshiper that raised a devil worshiper because his God is the devil. It's very simple. It's like the Ku Klux Klan. Because you call yourself a Christian doesn't mean you're not a white supremacist that puts the world first and Western culture first. If you put Western culture before God, my goodness, imagine the stupid fuck sitting there shocked. No, he's wrong. He's acting like a bitch. That's literally the stupidity that I had to put up with. There are females out there, attractive ones, that would suck off Harry Potter in a second on the off chance that he would fucking enjoy it and start breaking bread on them. Okay? There's not a single attractive woman that would put God first and stand with me and accept being persecuted. Not a single attractive woman. Think about that. This is the spectrum the West creates. This is Western culture. That is the fruit of Western culture. A bunch of stupid harlots that put the devil first. And not a single one, not a single female that puts God first. Think about that. In 2019, disgrace. Of course, Western culture is Satanism. How else could it be? And we'll get to that when the word transcend, it spells out, their own language spells out why their culture is Satanism. All right, so in Exodus 3:11, but Moses said to God, who am I that I should go to Pharaoh and bring the Israelites out of Egypt? None of these Westerners that are persecuting me are saying, who am I that I should persecute God's chosen son? Who am I that I should harass him? Who am I that I should pretend that my culture is superior to his connection to God? Not a single one of them asked themselves that. Basic question to ask yourself. Who am I that I should take on this profound spiritual task? Nobody in the church asked themselves that. None of these liberal spiritual movements ask themselves that. All they do is sit there with a coward fucking energy and insist on their way. Again, I'd read it to you, Exodus 3:11. But Moses said to God, who am I that I should go to Pharaoh and bring the Israelites out of Egypt? This is also why it's an air war. When martial artists say, he can't say that, he can't say that, they don't ask themselves, who am I? Who are you to say that I can't say that? This is an air war, hardware, air war. Why? Because where? Where are the attractive women? They're fucking sniveling cowards like you. That's part of why you are not worthy to even compete. I went above and beyond the call of duty. I transcended what my predecessors before me, who could have beat you in a second, mind you, would have done. By offering you a chance to prove that you could beat me. They prove that one of you, that someone you trained, is better. That your spirit is greater than mine. That is greater than God. You could not do it because it isn't. So, persecuting a group for worldly norms. That's what they're doing. They're persecuting me, and they're not taking my side. Not because God has said, stand down, mind you, because I'm the only valid representative of God, but for their worldly social norms, their clan-compatible social norms, their liberal Satanist compatible teammate. You see females wearing shirts that says they only sleep with Democrats, which includes Satanists. You see females wearing shirts that say they only sleep with Republicans, which includes racists of this world, not God. So right there in the word, teammate, validate, date, scrambled, date. Who is a valid? Who are these females validating when they date them? The devil. When they date people that don't obey God through me, so help me God, they are validating the devil. That is what their argument is. It's stupid not to say it that way. And for you sniveling, non-religious pussies, they are validating immorality. Immoral cowardice. The rejection of a universal moral scale, moral precision, moral intelligence, moral courage, moral will, moral toughness, moral will. Whose will? God. Righteousness. Higher logic. They invalidate higher logic to every bitch that agrees with them. To the world, that is their argument. Validate. Violate. They want to sleep with the devil, and there's countless of things that say sleeping with the devil. Handsome devil. The Prince of Darkness is a total gentleman. They're validating the devil so they can date a total gentleman. Bitch shit. And what they're saying about their fathers before them is that their father is a bitch. If you have 10 kids, for example, and none of them obey God through me, you are a bitch times 10. You have to have at least one child obey to be producing the fruit of God. How can a man of God produce nothing but demon seeds? Certainly that person as well was a child of the devil. Legitimate has the word mate in it. Legitimate. Legit. Mate. Think about it. Is this a coincidence? This is them testifying against themselves. Even if you reject the scrambled wordplay, the magic spell idea, you still have the word date and mate. And it doesn't take a fucking genius to connect them to these words. You are legitimizing and validating the devil when you date these people. And then you cry out to God in your time of need, please, Lord, my family member's sick. You're the offspring you brought into the world through the devil, and you have no intention of obeying God through me. No intention of giving the children of God their rightful places, their right to lead. But you pray for your sick. I tell you the truth, you pray to the devil. You are of the devil. And you are asking your father, the devil, for mercy. You're not asking God. How could you? You don't know God. How are you going to ask somebody you don't know and you don't know how to connect to for something? Even the word pray has implications there. Who are you praying on and why? Whose martial arts structure are you a part of? The illegitimate worldly martial arts structures? Worldly cultures? Why priests have uniforms similar to a gi? Knights Templars, angels with spears. Whose side are you on? The flesh or the spirit? You think the spirit would magically jump over me because I'm part black? Where do people come from? Your racist region in Europe? Or Africa? What is the source of your cultural treachery? In Exodus 3:12, God is saying, don't worry. Quote unquote, I will be with you. Moses said, who am I should go to Pharaoh and bring the Israelites out of Egypt? Who am I? God says, don't worry. I'll be with you. Then your works will, you'll lead them out. You'll pray to me on a mountain. You're good. God has shown me. Communicated. He didn't speak English. He communicated. Naturally, supernaturally. Don't worry. Any decent person will obey God through me. Because God is with me. And that's what he's telling me to do. That's why he's allowed me to overcome and triumph over this world. And we'll get to that momentarily. So Exodus 3:14, God said to Moses, I am who I am. I go down to the bottom. It says in the references, in the ulterior translations, alternate translations, or I will be what I will be. I am who I am, or I will be what I will be. What, a sabotage hero? A privileged white supremacist? Privileged Jew, privileged corporate, whatever, token minority. You think God said, I will be a house nigga? What the fuck do you think? I'm with the house niggas. It's stupid. Jesus said, I am the Alpha and the Omega, not somebody's house nigga, bitch. Think about it. This is not the religion of the house nigga. That is the wolves in sheep's clothes interpretation. They're like the father, the devil, a murderer from the beginning, and it is their cowardice that is killing people. It is their cowardly complicity that is defying God. And that's them sitting there like sniveling cowards with their dumb chicken head bitches, putting the children of the devil over the Spirit of God. How dare they indeed? How dare they set foot in a church? How dare they touch the Bible? How dare they pretend to know God? How dare they pretend to pray to God? Only the devil would do such a thing. And only a female that is the devil as well, another form of the devil, would date such a person. How could it be any other way? I would love to hear you explain to me how it could be any other way. Exodus 3, he goes on to say in 14, I am has sent me to you. I am. I am. I'm not what they tell you that I am. He's a poor black guy that lives with his parents, who has a mental disorder, who we weren't going to bother to address. Even though we say most people have mental illnesses, and that's like saying that our system is flawed and a bunch of crazy people vote for president, but we at the same time we're saying we value our democracy. We're bitches! Stupid. I'm not who this pussy, those betas tell you I am. I am who I am. The top martial artist. I am the top. And they are non-transcendent beta pussies I have stopped from connecting to God. Because they couldn't conquer the image of who I am. Much less the true Spirit of God. I am the top. And you are pencil dick, world energy pussies that I have stopped. Now go take your Viagra like a good bitch and go plug some pussy's kid. Because that's all you're good for. You sniveling worms. This is my name forever. The name you shall call me from generation to generation. It goes on to say. My name forever. Not what those pussies who have accepted the mark of the beast have to say. Not what their cocky pigeon harlots have to say. Little children can tell you. You don't listen to the conformist pussies. You listen to the transcendent hero. You don't respect cowards that don't risk their lives to do God's work when it is crystal clear. They are less than little children bitches. Little kids can tell you that. They are like their father, the devil, and no servant can be greater. And now I got to get into part 2. Let's not forget. They have earned my chastisement and my rebuke times infinity. How dare they leave the Son of God alone with not a single person obeying him and insist that he pretends that their despicable satanic culture is decent.